Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that's designed to turn that AI anxiety we're all feeling into real, actual confidence for, well, every single person in the business world.
So, this is the big question, right? Is AI a partner or is it coming for my job? It's on everyone's mind, and that's exactly what we're going to tackle today by digging into this book, Unlocking AI, a Success Toolkit for Business Workers.
All right, let's start with the core problem, that feeling of just being completely overwhelmed. You know, the book kicks off with this character, Alex, and I think a lot of us can relate. He's stuck in his routine, he wants to innovate, but AI just feels like this giant, intimidating wall he can't get over. And look, the book points a finger right at something specific, a huge failure in corporate training. A lot of this anxiety is because companies are just pushing out these generic, one-size-fits-all AI programs. They totally miss the mark for people in non-technical roles. You know, marketing, HR, operations.
And the stakes here? They're massive. We're talking about a potential $4.4 trillion in annual productivity being left on the table, according to McKinsey. That's what happens if we don't bridge this skill gap. So this isn't some small problem. It's a colossal economic opportunity that we're at risk of just missing.
So, this is exactly where Unlocking AI steps in. And listen, this is not some dense academic textbook. It's framed as a practical toolkit, almost like a workshop in a book built specifically for those people we just mentioned, the marketers, the HR pros, the operations folks, anyone who needs to adapt to this new world. Okay, let's get right into it. The book argues that the single biggest myth holding people back is that fear of being replaced. You know the one, and it tackles this fear head-on. Now, this is what I find so interesting. The book totally reframes the conversation. It's not about replacement, it's about collaboration. It's about AI as a digital coworker. The book has a great name for it, the human-AI symbiosis, a real partnership where tech makes our skills better, not obsolete. So here's the key takeaway. AI is here to do the grunt work, right? All those routine, repetitive tasks that just drain your brain power. And what that does is it elevates our role. It frees you up to focus on the stuff that humans are actually great at: strategy, creative thinking, empathy, and building real relationships. Hey, just a quick pause. If this is clicking for you and you're finding it helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It honestly helps us so much to keep making more explainers just like this one.
All right, let's move from the why to the how, with a really practical lesson straight from the book. We're going to look at a skill that, I promise, anyone can master: prompt engineering. I know, it sounds super technical, right? Prompt engineering? But the book breaks it down beautifully. It's not about code, it's about communication. It's basically the art of asking the right question to get the right answer. Think about it. It's the difference between getting a totally useless, generic response versus something that's actually actionable. And it's not guesswork. The book gives you a super simple 5-step process. This is what turns prompting from this random hit-or-miss thing into a reliable skill, a repeatable process you can use every single day to get way better results. Okay, so take this for example. Write an email about a project update. I mean, it's so vague, right? It's lazy. And you know what you're going to get back? Something so generic and useless that you'll end up rewriting the whole thing yourself anyway. A total waste of time. But now look at this. This is where the magic happens. By engineering the prompt, adding tone, context, specific details like the client's name and the project status, you get something incredible. A targeted, ready-to-use draft that actually saves you time and brain power. See the difference? It's huge.
So, that one lesson on prompting? That's powerful stuff. But honestly, it's just a glimpse. It's just the first step on a bigger journey the book lays out. A path toward what it calls AI fluency.
The book really gives you a whole roadmap. It covers all the essentials. We're talking AI literacy, so you actually get what's going on. Then data literacy, so you can make sense of all the information. It even gets into things like no-code machine learning tools and, crucially, the ethics of using AI responsibly. It's the whole package. And the best part is how it's structured. It's not just theory, it's set up like a 5-day workshop. It's packed with hands-on exercises, which means you're not just reading, you're doing. It makes it this incredibly practical guide for actually building new skills. Look, we've really only just scratched the surface of what's inside this toolkit today. We're definitely going to be exploring more lessons from Unlocking AI and upcoming explainers, so be sure to stay tuned for that. We'll be doing deeper dives into some of those other skills. So I want to leave you with this final thought. AI is a tool, a seriously powerful one, and a resource like this book, well, it's the key.
So now that you have a key to unlock it, the real question is, what's the first door you're going to open in your career?